Parenting in the AI era, teaching kids to think, not just click. AI is the new calculator, powerful everywhere and easy to misuse. The goal at home isn't to fear it or worship it. It's to raise children who treat AI as a co-pilot, not an autopilot. That means habits that build judgment first and speed second. Here's a simple, continuous plan you can start this week. Begin with a family definition kids can repeat. AI guesses the next best answer from patterns in data. It sounds confident even when it's wrong. Post 2 ground rules by the charging dock. Ask for sources. Keep your brain in the loop. Then give children a 3-step thinking script they can use with any tool. Plan, probe, prove. Plan, what am I trying to do, and what does good look like? Probe, ask AI for ideas or outlines, but push with prompts like, show your steps. Give 2 alternatives. What might be wrong here? Prove, check with a second source, a textbook, a teacher, or a trusted site before you hit submit or share. Turn prompts into training wheels. For schoolwork, teach Socratic prompts that make thinking visible. Explain this in 2 ways. List common mistakes and how to avoid them. Give me a checklist to solve problems like this. What's the counterexample? Save a few evergreen prompts on a notes app so kids aren't starting from a blank box. Pair every AI output with a human step. Annotate, resolve, or rewrite in their own words. If the tool gives code, children trace each line and add comments. If it gives an essay outline, they fill it with citations from assigned readings. The rule is contribution, not copy-paste. Build a homework honor line you can live with. Green zone, brainstorming, vocabulary building, practice quizzes, debugging hints, reading summaries for review, translation double checks. Yellow zone, math steps, essay outlines, code generation, allowed only if the student can explain and independently reproduce the work. Red zone, full answers, take-home tests, personal statements, or anything the teacher says, your own words, off limits. Write this down and revisit each term as teachers update class rules. Teach verification as a muscle, not a mood. Younger kids use the SIFT move. Stop, investigate the source, find better coverage, trace claims to the original. Teens add the CRAP test: currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, purpose, and a 2-tab check. Search the exact claim in quotes and scan what reputable sites say. If AI cites, click through. If it hallucinates sources, flag it and look elsewhere. Celebrate caught errors. Spotting a fake is a win, not a scold. Make deepfake defense routine. Once a month, play real or AI with images, audio, and headlines. Look for hands, text artifacts, shadows, ears, and odd reflections. Listen for breath sounds and room noise in voice clips. Teach reverse image search and audio provenance checks where available. The safety script is simple. If a post triggers strong emotion and asks you to forward fast, pause and verify. Protect privacy by default. Kids learn to strip personal info from prompts. No full names, school names, addresses, or photos with location data. For creative tools, use throwaway usernames and school-approved accounts. Turn off auto-saving of chat history when possible. Show older kids how data can train models and why that matters for future privacy. Design an AI diet that values making over consuming. Each week, set one small build: a study guide from notes, a flashcard deck, a budget plan, a meal prep schedule, a simple game or animation. AI can draft, kids decide, edit, and test. Pair this with a 20-minute Explain It to Me session where the child teaches a concept back to you without the screen. Teaching is the check that learning actually happened. Use AI to scaffold, not replace, hard things. For reading, ask for key terms, then return to the text and highlight where they appear. For writing, get a structure, then free write a messy first draft without AI, and only then use tools to polish clarity and grammar. For math, request hints or similar practice problems, then close the tool and solve on paper. For coding, generate a skeleton, then add comments, tests, and a small twist that wasn't in the prompt. Keep ethics visible and human. Talk about bias. Tools mirror data, and data mirrors history. Ask, who benefits if this answer is wrong? Who is missing from this dataset? What harm could come from automating this decision? Draw the line around people. No face swaps of friends, no voice clones without consent. No posts pretending to be someone else. Respect for others travels faster than any policy list. Anchor the week with one short AI family meeting. Review what tools kids used, one thing that saved time, one error the tool made, and one habit to try next, like asking for sources first. Update class-specific rules. Some teachers want AI use statements at the top of assignments. Help kids write honest disclosures. I used an AI tool for a vocabulary list and a draft outline. I wrote and cited the final essay myself. Honesty is reputation. When trouble happens, fix the process, not the person. If a child over-relied on a chatbot, the consequence is a redo with stricter guardrails and a short reflection. What step failed? What new prompt or check will you add? If a rule at school was crossed, support the repair. Apology, redo, learning plan. Then adjust the home zones so it's harder to repeat. Parents model the standard. Narrate your own use. I asked an AI for 3 itinerary options, then I checked train times and museum hours myself. I drafted an email and rewrote it in my voice. Park phones for family time. Keep devices out of bedrooms at night. And keep curiosity loud. Ask better questions and kids will too. The aim isn't super kids, it's steady thinkers who can use new tools without losing themselves. With a few house rules, weekly check-ins, and a bias toward making, children learn to click wisely and to doubt usefully. For family AI guidelines, prompt checklists, and critical thinking scripts you can use today, visit globalinfoveda.com. Balancing screen time and play, a practical family blueprint. Screens aren't the enemy. Unstructured play is the missing vitamin. A family blueprint that lasts is simple, visible, and flexible. A daily rhythm, clear places for devices, budgets for time, and a menu of play that kids can start without you. Use this plan as a continuous routine, not a weekly argument. Start with rhythm before rules. Post an easy timeline on the fridge. Wake, move, school, work, home snack, homework, chores, screen block, outdoor free play, dinner, family time, wind down, sleep. Keep the same sequence on weekdays, stretch blocks on weekends. Rhythm reduces fights because everyone knows what comes next. Create places that do half the policing. Make a charging dock in a public zone. No devices in bedrooms for under 16s, and none for anyone after lights out. Put a small basket by the door for phones during meals and conversations. Set up a PlayStation that rivals the screen. A low shelf with open-ended kits, blocks, art caddy, dress-ups, balls, cards, puzzles, magnetiles, a simple music speaker. Visibility is invitation. Budget screen time like money. Define when. 1 block after homework on school days, 2 blocks on weekends. Define where. Public areas after 8 p.m. Define what. Age-fit apps, no anonymous DMs, family-approved games. Wire the rules into settings, app limits, downtime, content filters, and purchases locked. Write a green, yellow, red list. Green, learning apps, family movies, creative tools. Yellow, solo gains and videos, limits apply. Red, off limits by age or family values. Post it where kids can see it. Trade willpower for routines. Screens turn on only after anchors. Homework done. Room reset. Next day prep. When the timer ends, the next step is pre-decided. Outside for 15 minutes. Then choose from the play menu. Use audible timers kids can set themselves. When kids press start, compliance improves. Stock a play menu kids can start alone. Rotate 8 to 10 cards at eye level. Build a fort, treasure hunt, sockball, basketball, obstacle course, sticker story, card tower, shadow puppets, kitchen band, paper plane lab, Lego challenge. For outdoors, bike loop, chalk maze, cloud shapes, backyard pickup, bird tally. Pair each with a small kit in a labeled bin. Rotate monthly, retire what gathers dust. Use the 20-20-20 pivot to end screen blocks. Last 20 minutes of a block, switch to a calmer app or family content. last 20 seconds, voice reminder, and a visual timer. First 20 minutes after, high movement play, tag, trampoline, dance to reset brains. This reduces shutdown storm from abrupt stops. Make boredom a feature, not a failure. Post a script. Boredom is the space where ideas start. Choose, help me for 10 minutes. Pick from the play menu or rest. Offer a reset corner with books, beanbag, and fidgets for kids who need quiet before they can play. Level by age. Ages 3 to 6, one short block, 15 to 30 minutes, heavy on co-viewing and movement apps, long free play. Ages 7 to 9, one 30 to 45 minute block. Introduce timers kids run themselves. Add maker time, Lego, art, simple coding. Ages 10 to 12, one 45 to 60 minute block on school days, two on weekends. Start group games in the living room and device parking at 9 p.m. Ages 13 to 15. Negotiated blocks tied to sleep and school rhythm. Social apps allowed with private accounts and known contacts. Weekly review of screen report together. Ages 16 to 17. Shift to coaching. Sleep, homework blocks, and disclosure of new apps. Phones out of bedrooms still holds unless trust and grades say otherwise. Use screens to seed play. Watch a how-to for paper planes, then test designs. View a cooking short, then cook together. Learn a magic trick, then perform at dinner. Watch Make turns screen energy into off-screen momentum. Handle common snags calmly. One more level. Pre-plan a 2-minute grace once per day. Extra time comes off tomorrow. But my friend is online now. Kids can text to set a meetup during the next block. Meltdown at shutdown. Shorten tomorrow's block by 5 minutes and schedule a high movement pivot today. Sneaking devices. Move the dock, add downtime, and tie privileges to consistent dock use, not to debates. Protect sleep and mood like safety. Shut screens 60 minutes before bed. Warm lights only, quiet activities. If mood dips or grades slide, fix rhythm first. Earlier sleep, morning light, outside time, steady meals. Resize screen blocks only after rhythm is back. Deprivation alone doesn't teach replacement skills. Agree on a weekend template. Mornings, outdoors or sport first. Midday, screens block plus lunch. Afternoon, family outing or playdate. Evening, movie or game night or friends, devices docked after. Predictable weekends reduce negotiations. Keep a weekly 5-minute review. Open the screen time report. Celebrate a good habit. Nice downtimes, no late pickups. Adjust one thing, move the block earlier, and add one new play card. Kids can request swaps. Parents can grant bonus time for creative projects or family workouts. Model the deal. Adults dock phones for meals, avoid doom scrolling in bed, and announce when they're using screens for work or plans. Say the rule out loud. I'm parking my phone to play cards. When kids see adults pause for play, they copy. Balance isn't a miracle, it's a map. With a daily rhythm, clear places, time budgets, and a stocked play menu, screens become one part of family life, not the center. Start small, post the plan, and let routines carry more than your voice. For printable screen plans, play menu cards, and age-wise device settings, visit globalinfoveda.com.
Child wellness and nutrition. Building plates they'll actually eat. Healthy eating sticks when plates are simple, predictable, and tasty enough to repeat. Think routine over perfection. Use one visual rule at every meal. Half produce, quarter protein, quarter energy, grains or starchy veg, plus water or milk. Rotate ingredients your child already likes and sneak in small experiments beside them. The goal is calm plates kids actually eat, not battles you win. Start with portions you can eye without measuring. Use the hand guide. Protein, naxias, a child's palm. Eggs, yogurt, paneer, fish, chicken, beans. Energy foods, a child's fist. Rice, roti, pasta, potatoes, millet. Veg, bewarex, fruit. 2 child handfuls. Fats are thumb size. Nut butter, ghee, olive oil, avocado. Offer water first, milk, or fortified alternatives, once or twice daily depending on age and the rest of the plate. Plan the day in 3 anchors and 2 pit stops. Anchors: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Pit stops: mid-morning and after-school snacks. Keep snack pairs that combine protein plus fiber so kids stay steady. Fruit plus nuts plus seeds. Yogurt plus granola. Cheese tassas, whole grain crackers. Hummus plus carrots. Chana lastas corn. Avoid grazing. Serve snacks on a plate at set times so hunger returns at meals. Build breakfast that lasts. Aim for protein plus fiber. Eggs with toast. Pluckus fruit. Yogurt with oats. Plus berries. Besan chilla or mung dal chilla with chutney. Peanut butter banana sandwich. Leftover dal plus paratha and cucumber. Save pure sugary cereals for occasional weekends. Add nuts or seeds if you use them. Lunches kids actually finish follow the 2 familiar, 1 new rule. Pack 1 main, paratha roll with paneer, chicken, egg, pasta with beans, rice, plus dal pluses veg, 1 crisp veg or fruit, and 1 fun extra. Popcorn, dark chocolate square, homemade muffin. Keep portions realistic so food comes home eaten, not wilted. Add a small sauce-notch dip, ketchup plus yogurt, hummus, mint curd. Dips raise veg intake without drama. Dinner is for variety, not experiments on an empty child. Keep the base familiar, rice, roti ahai, noodles, and rotate proteins, eggs, fish, beans, tofu, paneer, and veg colors through the week. Serve the new item family style, a small bowl on the table so a child can try a pea-sized taste without pressure. Praise trying, not finishing. You tasted the broccoli. That's brave. Master picky phases with exposure, not pressure. Offer a tiny taste of the rejected food next to liked foods 10 times over months. Change the form. Raw versus steamed, roasted versus grated into pancakes, soup versus sticks. Use "you don't have to eat it" and remove bargaining. 3 bites for dessert backfires. Kids learn by repetition and watching you eat the same foods calmly. Protein, iron, and fiber are the usual gaps. Cover protein at each anchor. For iron, include meat, eggs, beans, lentils, dark greens. Pair with vitamin C, lemon, oranges, tomatoes to boost absorption. Avoid tea, soccer coffee with meals for teens. For fiber, swap half the refined grains for whole grains. Add skins on fruits or veg. Mix oats or chia into yogurt. Keep a crunch plate of carrots, cucumbers, apples on the table while cooking. Make flavor your ally. Salt lightly and layer herbs, spices kids already like, cumin, garlic, coriander, curry leaves, oregano. Roast veg to bring out sweetness. Finish with lemon lime and a drizzle of olive oil or ghee for mouthfeel. Bitter veg become friendly when paired with sweet, sour, and crunch. Sugar, drinks, and treats get clear lanes. Keep juice occasional, eat fruit instead. Reserve sweets for planned times, after Friday dinner or at parties, so treats don't become daily negotiations. Teach label basics to older kids. Scan for added sugars and ultra-long ingredient lists. Pick cereals, yogurts with more protein than sugar when possible. Hydration is habits, not lectures. Water bottle refilled at breakfast and school departure. Sip after play. 1 glass with every anchor meal. For athletes in heat, add milk, lassi, or diluted orange juice, plus pinch of salt for electrolytes. Budget and prep save sanity. Pre-cook grains and beans on weekends. Batch pancakes or chillas and freeze. Wash and cut veg for 2 days. Keep a build-a-bowl list on the fridge. Base, rice, pasta. Protein, dal, eggs. Chicken, tofu. Veg, 2 colors. Topper, nuts, seeds, yogurt, dip. Rotate 3 theme nights: bowl night, wrap night, soup, plus toast night. So planning is automatic. Red flags to act on: poor weight height gain on the growth chart, constant fatigue, very limited food range causing distress, choking, chewing, or coughing with textures, or a GI pain. Check with a pediatrician, dietitian. Rule out low iron, allergies, sensory needs, or reflux before pushing harder at the table. Keep food neutral, bodies respectful. No good, bad, or clean your plate. Teach hunger/fullness cues. Is your tummy starting, halfway, or full? Let kids stop when satisfied. Store leftovers for later. Model balanced language. This helps you run longer. This helps your brain focus. This is for fun together. The win is a table that's calmer, plates that get eaten, and kids who feel capable. Start small. One new breakfast, one snack pair, one theme night, and let routine do the heavy lifting. Consistency grows eaters, not lectures. For kid-friendly meal plans, portion guides, and picky eater scripts, visit globalinfoveda.com.
Modern versus traditional parenting, finding a calm middle path. The debate is loud, gentle versus strict, screens versus zero tech, child-led versus parent-set. But most families don't live at the edges. A calm middle path borrows the best from both traditions, the structure and duty of older models with the empathy and skills focus of newer ones. Here's a simple, continuous playbook you can use tonight without rewriting your family. Start with roles, not vibes. Traditional parenting offered clear lanes. Parents lead, children learn. Modern parenting reminds us that feelings drive behavior. Combine them. Parents are the pilots who set destination and rules of the sky. Kids are co-pilots who learn instruments, sleep, school, screens, friendships by practicing with guidance. Warmth first, limit second becomes the tone of the home. House rules become few, visible, and rehearsed. Choose 5 non-negotiables that protect health and respect. Sleep window, homework rhythm, device parking, talk respectfully, tell the truth. Post them in plain language. Then practice them like fire drills, short run-throughs when everyone is calm. How we pause games for dinner. How we say, I need 5 minutes. How we plug devices in the kitchen at night. Discipline shifts from punishment to repairs. Traditional models kept order with hierarchies. Modern ones center on learning. The middle path uses predictable, short consequences paired with a repair. If a rule slips, we pause the privilege and fix the impact. Examples: late night scroll, phone docks in kitchen for 2 nights, plus earlier bedtime routine. Rude tone, redo with respectful words, plus help reset the table. Hurt a sibling, cool off, check in, plus small act of care chosen by the child. Consequences are boring and known in advance. Repairs build skills and empathy. Communication uses scripts, not speeches. During conflict, keep a 3-line format. I see the behavior. I feel 1 word. I need the rule. Then a choice. Option A now or option B in 5 minutes. Kids get their own script. I'm upset because I need, I can do. This keeps dignity on both sides and shortens arguments from 20 minutes to 2. Routines carry the load, so willpower doesn't. Mornings, visual checklist at the door. Wash, dress, breakfast, pack, shoes. Even teens benefit from a checklist on the fridge. Evenings, device parking 60 minutes before lights out. Next day pack, quiet wind down. Weekends, a block for chores and a block for fun chosen by the child. Traditional families relied on rhythm. Modern families codify it on paper so anyone can follow it. Screens get a budget, not a battle. Define when. School days, 1 block after homework. Weekends, 2 blocks. Define where. Public zones only after 9 p.m. Define what. Age-fit apps, DMs with known people. Turn settings into guardrails. Downtime, app limits, content filters, so rules are upheld by the device, not a nightly debate. Add a yes list of off-screen options at eye level. Bike, sketch, bake call grandma, playlist walk, board game. Choices become bounded to grow autonomy. Offer 2 good options that meet the same goal. Shower before dinner or after? Homework at desk or kitchen? Soccer Saturday or park with dad? Kids practice decisions inside safe rails. Parents keep the mission intact. When kids help set one family goal each week, pizza night, hike route, movie pick, they invest in the rules that make it work. Values show up in tiny rituals. Traditional homes excelled at chores and respect. Modern homes at empathy and voice. Blend them. Family table, phones away. one rose, and one thorn from the day. Gratitude, 3 sentences before bed. Service, 1 small task for the household daily, 1 for others weekly. Autonomy, a budget for a grocery item the child chooses and cooks. These small anchors do more than any speech about character. Learning replaces lecturing when things go wrong. After a blow-up, wait until calm. Then use a 5-minute repair talk. What happened, what we each felt, what we each could try next time, and 1 small change to the routine to make that easier. Write the change on a sticky note. Put it where the problem lives: the game console, the backpack hook, the bathroom mirror. Extended family gets a shared map. Traditional expectations from grandparents can clash with modern scripts. Send a 1-page how we do it before visits. Sleep times, food rules, device plan, words we use. Invite one thing they care about, a story, a recipe, a song, into your routine so respect travels both ways. When everyone sees the same map, fewer toes get stepped on. Culture and safety set outer walls. Non-negotiables are agreed in advance. No physical punishment, no shaming about bodies or feelings, no secrets with adults online or offline. Safety scripts are taught and posted. How to say no, how to call for help, when to leave a situation. Freedom grows inside those walls. Curfews extend, budgets grow, passwords stay private, because trust is being practiced. For teens, shift from control to coaching. Replace "because I said so" with "here's the why and the boundary." Offer planning tools, calendar blocks, money trackers, study sprints. Ask reflective questions. What's your plan if? How will you know it's getting off track? Hold the line on sleep, safety, and respect. Loosen on hair, clothes, music, and harmless experiments. Independence is the point of childhood's second half. Partnership teaches how to use it. Measure progress by climate, not perfection. A home on the middle path feels steadier. Fewer explosions, quicker repairs, clearer mornings, kids who try again without fear, adults who go to bed without grudges. That is success, not a spotless checklist, but a family that recovers fast. For research-backed scripts, printable routines, and calm communication guides to build your family's middle path, visit globalinfoveda.com. Montessori at home. Everyday practical life skills for little hands. Montessori isn't a shelf of fancy toys. It's a way of letting children do real things with real tools at their pace. Practical life is the entry point. Pouring, spooning, wiping, buttoning, sweeping, slicing soft foods, watering plants. These simple actions build concentration, coordination, independence, and a quiet confidence that spills into reading and numbers later. You don't need to recreate a classroom. You need to edit the home so a small person can participate. Start with the environment at child height. A low hook for a coat, a basket for shoes, a mirror by the door, and a small stool at the sink turn "wait, I'll do it" into "I can do it." In the kitchen, one shelf holds a tiny pitcher, a cup, a cutting board, a child-safe knife, and a cloth. In the bathroom, a pump soap, a nail brush, and a face cloth sit in a tray. In the living room, a caddy holds a hand broom, a small dustpan, and a spray bottle filled with water and a drop of soap. Everything has a place and returns to that place. The first lesson in order. Present one skill at a time, slowly, without words. Sit to the child's left if they are right-handed. Pour water from a small pitcher to a cup. Eyes on the stream. Hands steady. One deliberate movement. Then place the pitcher down and wipe the drip with a cloth. Pause. Offer the activity with a gesture. Step back. The quiet handover invites repetition, and repetition is where mastery grows. When a spill happens, it is not a scolding moment. It is the lesson. We notice. We fetch the cloth. We squeeze. We finish. Choose real, scaled tools over plastic pretend. A ceramic cup teaches weight and care. A small glass jar teaches caution and consequence. A metal whisk foams better than a toy one, which keeps attention. For cutting, start with a wavy chopper on soft foods. banana, boiled carrot, avocado. Then move to a small serrated knife as grip improves. For cleaning, a natural bristle brush and a small mop head feel satisfying and work properly, so the task holds focus. Sequence activities from big motions to fine control. Begin with whole arm work, carrying a tray, sweeping a path, washing a table in circular strokes. Move to two-hand coordination, spooning beans from bowl to bowl, transferring with tongs, opening and closing jars. Then add fine motor, button frames, zippers, lacing cards, tweezers with pom-poms. Each success unlocks the next challenge. Keep trays light and materials minimal. Abundance overwhelms. Weave responsibility into real routines. Morning, pour milk into their cup, wipe the drop, carry the plate to the table. After snack, sponge the mat, rinse the cup, return tools to the shelf. Outdoors, water one plant, sweep one step, sort fallen leaves by size or color. Evening, fold a small cloth, roll a pair of socks, place a book back on the shelf with the spine facing out. These are not chores in exchange for praise. They are invitations to belong. Name the movement sparingly and precisely. You are holding the handle. You noticed the spill. You wiped in a circle until it was dry. This kind of language fixes attention on effort and sequence, not on being good or bad. When frustration rises, lower the challenge. Less water in the pitcher, fewer beans in the bowl, a larger button. The aim is flow, not performance. Rotate, don't add. Offer 4 to 6 trays at a time. Pouring, spooning, transferring with tongs, opening jars, folding cloths, button frame. When a skill is mastered, retire it and introduce a cousin. Pouring rice, then water. Spooning beans, then smaller lentils. A quiet shelf communicates choice without noise. If trays gather dust, they are too hard, too easy, or not visible. Adjust, don't insist. Tie practical life to grace and courtesy. Model how to wait, how to interrupt with a gentle hand on the arm, how to offer and decline. Would you like a turn? No, thank you. I'm still working. Practice greeting, eye contact, and please thank you in short, game-like moments. Social skills are the oil in the gears of independence. Safety is designed in, not barked from across the room. Set clear work zones. Keep knives at a single accessible spot with a rule. Only at the table, blade away, slow hands. Teach the fire boundary near the stove with tape on the floor and a mantra. Stop at the line. Sharpen tools that need to cut. Dull blades slip. Stay within arm's reach for new skills. Then expand distance as control grows. Sand and water work calm, busy bodies. A basin on a mat, a sponge, a funnel, a turkey baster, and a few cups can hold attention longer than an app. Washing a doll or scrubbing a table builds both muscle and sequence memory. In warm weather, transfer these setups outdoors and let the sun handle spills. Track progress with your eyes, not a chart. Look for longer stretches of concentration, fewer spills, smoother transitions between steps, and a child who begins to prepare their space before starting. When you see these, raise the challenge a notch. Heavier water, smaller beans, more complex folding. Common hurdles have simple fixes. If a child dumps materials, the activity might be too complex. Revert a step. If they rush, slow your own movements and cut the sequence in half. If they avoid cleanup, make tools beautiful, reachable, and sized to success. If siblings interfere, give each a mat, a personal island. Mats teach boundaries better than reminders. The promise of practical life is a child who can say, I can. Not because they were entertained, but because they were entrusted. In a home edited for small hands, competence grows quietly, and with it, respect for things, people, and time. For printable activity cards, age-wise setups, and room-by-room checklists to start Montessori at home, visit globalinfoveda.com. Neurodiversity-friendly classrooms, partnering with schools the smart way. A classroom that works for neurodivergent students, autistic, ADHD, dyslexic, dyspraxic, gifted with profiles, and more, works better for everyone. The smartest way to get there is partnership. Families, teachers, and students co-designing supports that are practical, respectful, and measurable. Here is a clear, continuous plan parents and schools can use together. Start with a strengths-first snapshot. Before arguing about labels or hours of support, name what the student does well and what lights them up. Pattern spotting, drawing, coding, movement, debate, kindness. Then list friction points as observations, not diagnoses. Loses track after 15 minutes. Noise triggers shutdowns. Handwriting blocks ideas. Transitions cause spikes. 1 page, 2 columns, strengths and friction, becomes the anchor for every meeting. Agree on a few high-impact adjustments rather than a long wish list. Think environment, task, and timing. Environment, predictable seating, a visual schedule on the desk. Noise options, ear defenders, quiet corner, and clear wayfinding around the classroom. Task, chunk work into steps, offer multiple ways to show learning. Oral, typed, diagram, and provide exemplars. Timing, flexible start cues, transition timers, and planned movement breaks. If a support helps the whole class, like bullet point instructions on the board, it's not a special favor, it's good teaching. Make communication boring and reliable. Choose one channel, homeschool notebook, secure app, or weekly email, and a fixed cadence, daily for the first 2 weeks, then weekly. Use a traffic light format. Green, what worked, amber, minor wobbles. Red, spikes and how they were handled. Keep messages short and neutral, so they are easy to scan at 9 p.m. and share at 9 a.m. Replace Try Harder with tools. For attention, visual timers, first then boards, and Work For cards that swap preferred activities after tasks. For literacy, speech to text for drafting, text to speech for reading, line readers, and vocabulary banks. For working memory, checklists and finished bins so the brain can drop completed steps. For motor needs, slanted boards, pencil grips, or keyboard access. For sensory regulation, movement cards deliver a note to the office. Water refill, fidgets with rules, and a low stimulation space for short resets. Teach expectations explicitly and visually. Post a simple routines poster. Arrive, unpack, warm up, mini lesson, task, share, pack. Model what asking for help looks like and script it. I'm stuck on step 2. Can I have a clue? Build a class glossary for tricky words and symbols. For behavior, swap vague rules for observable ones. Feet on floor, voices at level 2, eyes on your page or the teacher. Reinforce with quiet praise and nonverbal cues rather than public corrections. Go create regulation plans before there is a crisis. Identify early signs, tapping, head down, faster breathing, preferred supports, headphones, water, short corridor walk, and a safe signal card to leave and return. Agree on time limits and a check-in script. Take 5, I'll see you at the timer. Document where the student can go, who supervises, and how they re-enter learning without a lecture. After incidents, debrief briefly what worked. What we will try next time, no autopsy in front of peers. Assess learning without punishing the profile. Offer choice boards, write 3 paragraphs, record a 90-second audio, or present a storyboard with captions. Separate content from mechanics. If the goal is science understanding, allow typed answers or oral explanations. Use short, frequent checks instead of one high-stakes task. When handwriting or spelling are not the target skills, allow assistive tech. When they are, teach them directly in short, focused bursts. Share responsibility with students as they grow. Build a personal toolkit card. My best start, checklist plus timer. My calm down, headphones plus water. My help script, please rephrase the question. My proud work, diagrams and discussions. Review it each term and let the student add or retire tools. Autonomy grows when supports are chosen, not imposed. Measure what matters and adjust. Pick 3 metrics tied to the friction list. Task initiation within 2 minutes, completion of 2 chunks per lesson, 1 successful transition without prompts. Track for 4 weeks. If there is no change, tweak the tool, not the child. Different timer, fewer words on the page, more modeling, or a quieter seat. Make meetings short and frequent. Swap annual marathons for 20-minute check-ins every 6 to 8 weeks. Use the strengths friction sheet, the 3 metrics, and a quick yes/no on each adjustment. Keep, modify, or drop. Invite the student for 5 minutes to share 1 win and 1 wish. End with who does what by when. No fuzzy promises. Plan for the corridors. Lunch, PE, assemblies, trips. Pre-teach layouts, give visual passes for cues, and assign a buddy. Offer opt-in quiet tables and alternative roles, scorekeeper, photographer, when noise or chaos spike. On trips, send a 1-page plan. Seating, movement breaks, food, and exit options. Predictability is inclusion. For secondary schools, coordinate across teachers. A simple 1-page profile in the student information system. Strengths, friction, top 3 adjustments, regulation plan, saves everyone time. Pastoral teams can run a short staff briefing in week 1 and a refresher after the first grading period. Protect dignity. Avoid calling out students for leaving early, using tools, or working differently. Praise work and effort privately if public attention triggers anxiety. Invite peers to use the same tools. Timers, checklists, choice boards, so supports feel normal, not special. For families, keep home supports aligned. Replicate school routines for homework. Visual checklist, timer, short breaks, and a clear stopping point. Share wins with teachers. Ask for 1 strategy to try at home, and offer 1 that works at home to try in class. Keep the tone collaborative. Same team, same goal. Neurodiversity-friendly classrooms emerge from small, shared routines, clear visuals, flexible tasks, calm regulation plans, and honest data. When families and schools co-design and iterate, students learn more with less stress, and teachers gain tools that lift the whole class. For deeper explainers and sector-by-sector breakdowns, visit globalinfoveda.com.
Consent and body safety, scripts every parent can use. Kids learn body safety the same way they learn road safety. Short phrases, practiced often in calm moments. Here are simple age-wise scripts you can start using today. Keep the tone neutral, repeat them during daily routines, and praise the behavior you want. Start with body rules, ages 3 to 6. Script at bath time. Your body belongs to you. Places covered by your swimsuit are private. Only you, a caregiver, or a doctor with me here can help clean or check your body. Add language. If someone wants a hug, you can say yes or no. Fist bumps and high fives count too. Practice refusal kindly. No thanks, I don't want a hug. High five? Reinforce safe versus unsafe secrets. We never keep secrets about touching, feelings, or surprises that make your tummy feel yucky. We keep surprises that feel happy, and we always tell after. Teach the check-in script, ages 5-8. Before playdates. If anything feels confusing or someone wants to play a private game, wants you to hide messages or shows body pictures, come tell me right away. You won't be in trouble. Add exit language. I have to check with my grown-up, or I need the bathroom. Then come find me or call. Give a family code word for pickups that means leave now without debate. Build consent habits into affection, all ages. At home, can I give you a hug? If they say no, thanks for telling me. Fist bump. When relatives visit, we ask, we don't force. You can wave, high five, or hug, all are polite. Narrate your own choices. I'm asking grandma before I post this picture. Doctor and caregiver script, ages 4 over 10. On the way, the doctor might check private areas to keep you healthy. I will be with you and you can ask questions or say stop. Doctors use gloves and explain before touching. After. You did great telling the doctor how you felt. If you ever feel unsure, we pause and ask. Online consent, ages 7 to 12. Device talk. Before you post or share a photo, ask the person in it. If someone asks you for a photo or video of your body, say, "No, I don't share body pictures," and block and tell me. If you see a picture that feels wrong, close the app and show me. You won't lose your device for telling. Early tween boundary script, ages 9 to 12. Friendship moments. Good friends don't pressure or threaten. If someone says, "If you don't do this, I won't be your friend," the answer is no, and you tell me. Your job is your safety, not keeping a secret. Practice tone. Firm voice, neutral face, short sentence. Role play. Stop. I don't like that. I'm moving away now. Teen consent script. Ages 12-17. Dating basics. Consent means both people want to, every time, and anyone can change their mind. Silence or maybe is not yes. If substances are involved, there is no consent. Your line, I only do what we both want and we both say it. If someone mocks your boundary, that's data. Walk away. Add digital. Never share someone's photo or chat without permission. If someone sends you another person's private content, don't forward it. Delete and tell a trusted adult. Touching and activities, all ages. Coaches, tutors, rides. Adults shouldn't ask for secrets, private messages, or one-on-one hangouts in hidden places. If an adult breaks a rule, drives you to a new place without telling me, closes doors for no reason, use your exit script and call me. You can always say, "My parent says I can't do that." I'll back you up. What to do if a child discloses? First words matter. Thank you for telling me. I'm so sorry this happened. It's not your fault. I believe you. We're going to keep you safe. Next steps. We're writing down what you told me, and we will talk to people whose job is to help. Keep questions open. Tell me what happened. Not, why didn't you? Avoid promises you can't keep. Do promise support and safety. School, sleepovers, and rules with others. Beforehand. Who's in the home? Any older kids? Where will you sleep? What are the house device rules? Doors open when friends hang out. Set a text check-in time. Share the code word. If the answer to any check-in makes them uneasy, you pick them up. No lectures that night. Public spaces script. Crowds and transport. If we get separated, go to a counter, a parent with kids, or uniformed worker and say, "I'm lost. Please call my parent." Don't leave with anyone else, even if they say my name. Write your number on a card in their pocket or as a bracelet for young kids. Body messages, vocabulary. Give kids words for feelings. Butterflies, tight chest, hot face, stuck feet. Connect them. Those are body alarms. When you feel them, pause, breathe, and find a safe grown-up. Praise naming. Thanks for telling me your stomach felt tight. That's your safety brain working. Family media script, all ages. Sharing rule. We ask before posting family photos. Comment rule. No jokes about bodies. DM rule. If a message asks for secrecy or speed, we show a parent. Consequences that teach, not shame. If a rule slips, like posting a friend without asking, repair is part of the plan. Delete, apologize, and tell them what you'll do differently. Short-term limits pair with skill practice, not lectures. Practice often, not perfectly. Use car rides, walks, and meal prep to rehearse one script a day. Keep phrases short, repeat them, and celebrate when your child uses them. You said no clearly and kindly. That's exactly right. Safety grows from words kids can remember under stress, and adults who keep the door open. Scripts make brave moments possible. Repetition makes them automatic. For printable age-wise scripts, role-play cards, and family consent checklists, visit globalinfovita.com.
Cyberbullying response plan, what to do in the first 24 hours. The first day sets the tone. Your goals are simple. Protect the person, preserve the evidence, and push the abuse off your screen and into formal processes. Here's a calm, step-by-step plan you can follow immediately. Stabilize first, act second. If you're the target, step away from the feed, breathe, and tell one trusted person. If you're a parent or friend, say, "I'm here, this isn't your fault, and we'll handle it together." No replies to the bully. Silence now increases your options later. Preserve evidence before anything disappears. Do not delete posts or DMs until you've captured them. Take full-frame screenshots with visible handles, dates, and timestamps. Scroll to capture long threads. Copy URLs, post IDs, and usernames. Save voicemail and audio notes. If there are images or deep fakes, screenshot the profile that posted them. Store everything in a dated folder. If threats are explicit, note exact wording and timing. Secure accounts and reduce exposure. Change passwords and enable two-factor authentication on your main accounts and email. Review recovery emails/phone numbers. Audit followers, remove unknowns, and set profiles to private where possible. Turn off message requests. Restrict comments to followers or pre-approved lists. Unlink any third-party apps you don't use. If a phone number is being targeted, use silence unknown callers and filter messages. Stop contact without destroying the trail. Block and mute abusers after you've captured evidence. On platforms that offer it, use restrict so you can see what they try to post while others can't. Ask a trusted friend to keep passive watch for new accounts or posts targeting you and to capture evidence you might miss. Report on platform using the right categories. Use built-in reporting tools and choose the strongest, accurate option. Harassment, hate speech, threats, non-consensual imagery, impersonation, or doxing. Attach your screenshots and URLs when the platform allows. File separate reports for each post and profile. Record report IDs or confirmation emails in your evidence folder. Notify your real-world institutions quickly. If you're a student, inform the school's safeguarding lead, counselor, or head of year. Share a short evidence pack and ask for a safety plan. Classroom seating, hallway escorts if needed, staff monitoring. If you're at work, contact HR or your manager with a factual summary and ask about workplace safety steps and documentation. If the bully is a colleague or classmate, request that contact be routed through adults only. Know the legal thresholds and when to call police. Escalate immediately if there are credible threats of violence, stalking, extortion, sexual content involving a minor, or sustained doxing. Provide your evidence pack. Screenshots, URLs, dates, times, and any known identities. Ask for an incident number. Laws vary by country. If you're unsure, consult a local cybercrime helpline or legal aid clinic. Earlier is better. Protect mental health and daily rhythm. Disable non-essential notifications for 24 to 48 hours. Keep essentials, family, school, work, open. Schedule a check-in walk, call, or game with a friend. Sleep, food, water, and movement are not luxuries. They restore judgment. If anxiety spikes, use one grounding technique, 5-4-3-2-1 senses, and one boundary. I'll check evidence at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. only. Mobilize allies with a short script. Ask 2 or 3 trusted people to help quietly. Please don't engage the bully. If you see posts about me, screenshot with the profile name and timestamp and drop it in this folder. If someone messages you about me, don't reply. Forward it to me. Coordinated silence plus documentation works better than public arguments. If images or private data are involved, prioritize takedown pathways. Use platform tools for non-consensual images and doxing removal. Submit right to be forgotten or privacy requests where applicable. For minors, report to both the platform and child protection hotlines. Consider a temporary number or email if leaks continue. Plan the next 7 days in one page. List who's monitoring, what's reported where, which settings you changed, who at school work is informed, and when you'll review. Set a reminder to reassess privacy settings and to update passwords again in 2 weeks. If you are a parent, add a safety envelope. Print key contacts, school lead, counselor, local non-emergency police, and a crisis line. Agree on check-in times, escort plans if needed, and device rules that support recovery. No midnight spirals, chargers out of bedrooms, social media limited to known circles. Promise in writing. Asking for help will not mean losing devices. Safety first, settings second, conversation third. What not to do. Don't retaliate. It muddies evidence. Don't organize pylons. It risks account bans and escalation. Don't overshare details publicly. It helps copycats. And don't try to solve it at 2 a.m. Fatigue shrinks options. The aim in 24 hours is not to win the internet. It is to secure your accounts, hand the case to systems built to act, and reclaim your day. Calm steps, clean evidence, tight boundaries. That's how you turn chaos into a process you can manage. For printable checklists, evidence templates, and platform-specific takedown guides, visit globalinfoveda.com. Digital learning tools for kids. What really works at home. The best edtech at home isn't the flashiest app. It's the small stack that children use regularly with adult coaching and clear goals. Think in 3 layers: core skills, creation tools, and planning habits, plus a setup that limits distraction by design. Here's a simple, continuous plan you can adopt this week. Start with purpose before downloads. For each child, name 1 target per term. Read longer with focus. Facts to fluent in multiplication. Write with structure. Build a science project. Post it near the charging dock. Tools must serve these targets, or they don't live on the device. Core skills. A few proven categories. For reading, pair a leveled e-reader or library app with read-along audiobooks and a built-in dictionary. Rule of thumb: 10 to 15 minutes of guided reading most days beats 1 long weekend push. For maths, choose apps that show steps, space practice over time, and mix retrieval with word problems. Avoid pure arcade drills. For languages, use bite-sized vocab plus short listening clips and record-back speaking. Streaks help, but are not the goal. Comprehension is. For typing, 10 minutes, 3 times a week, with proper finger placement, beats chasing speed scores. Creation tools turn screens from consumption to making. A simple slideshow editor becomes a book report with images and citations. A mind map tool helps plan essays. Scratch-style coding teaches logic. A block-based video editor turns a science demo into a narrated clip. A stop-motion app records a history tableau. Pair each tool with 1 monthly make and show, so kids have an audience: family, friends, or class. Planning habits are the real multiplier. Teach the 20-20-20 study block. 20 minutes focused work, 20 jumping jacks or a lap around the room. 20 seconds to log progress. Use a shared calendar for due dates and a weekly learning check-in to pick 2 blocks for the week ahead. Older kids create a 1-page learning dashboard. Current goals, next steps, and a short list of apps, tools allowed for each task. Set up devices to reduce friction. Create kid profiles with only school and creation apps on the first screen. Move entertainment to a folder on page 2. Turn off autoplay and non-essential notifications. Enable content filters. Block in-app purchases. Use downtime and app limits so the default is calm. Keep headphones, a timer, and a notebook next to the device so paper supports are always within reach. Use prompts that make thinking visible. Reading. Summarize this chapter in 3 bullet points, 1 question, and 1 prediction. Maths. Explain your method in a voice note. If stuck, ask the app for the first hint only, then try again. Writing. Draft in your own words first, then use a checker for clarity and grammar. Highlight any changed sentences. Science. List your variables, then design a 60-second demo video with a clear before-after. Match tools to age bands. Ages 5 to 7. Phonics leveled readers. Counting, number bonds. Drawing and audio recording to write. Simple coding toys. Ages 8 to 10. Chapter book readers with dictionary. Fractions geometry practice. Scratch projects. Slideshows with images you took. Typing practice. Ages 11 to 13. Research basics. Credible sources. Essay planners. Algebra hints apps. Steps not answers. Spreadsheet for data tables. Beginner video editing. Ages 14 to 17. Citation managers. Spaced repetition flashcards. Code IDEs with version control basics. Lab report templates. Presentation rehearsal with camera feedback. Make curation a monthly ritual. Once a month, archive 1 unused app, add 1 tool that serves a current goal, and refresh passwords. Children present a 2-minute tool talk. What it does, when to use it, 1 pitfall to avoid. This turns random downloads into intentional kits. Guard against common traps. Edugames that reward tapping overthinking. Swap for tools that require writing, explaining, or building. Endless video study without notes. Pair with an outline template and a teachback every 10 minutes. AI overuse. Allow outlines and hints. Require citations and personal annotations. And include a short reflection. What did I add that the tool didn't? Multitasking. Full screen mode during blocks and devices in public spaces. Link online to offline on purpose. Vocabulary lists become labels around the house. A fractions app becomes pizza slicing or recipe scaling. A coding loop becomes a lighting timer for plants. A history timeline becomes a wall string with cards. The more screens point to hands-on tasks, the longer learning lasts. Involve schools and keep disclosure honest. Ask teachers which formats they prefer: slides, notes, videos, and match home tools. Some classrooms want AI use statements. Help kids write them. I used a vocabulary app for a word list and a mind map to plan. I wrote and cited my essay myself. Share what works at home. Borrow what works at school. Measure success by independence and output quality, not hours logged. Are study blocks calmer? Are notes clearer? Are projects more complete and on time? Does your child explain their method without the device? If yes, the stack works. Don't add more. If attention or mood dips, fix the basics first. Sleep, daylight, movement, and steady meals restore focus faster than switching apps. Reduce the number of tools before adding new ones. The Right Home EdTech stack is small, purposeful, and paired with routines that make thinking visible. Choose a few tools for skills, a few for making, and one weekly check-in. Keep devices calm, prompts clear, and projects real. That's how screens become teachers, not thieves. For evidence-backed app lists, setup guides, and home learning routines, visit globalinfoveda.com.
Early money habits. Pocket money, saving jars, and mini budgets. Money habits stick when they're simple, visible, and repeated. Pocket money gives kids practice, saving jars make choices tangible, and mini budgets teach planning. Here's a one-page playbook families can start this weekend and still use a year from now. Begin with pocket money as a training tool, not a reward or punishment. Choose a predictable amount tied to age or responsibility, paid on the same day each week in denominations that support sorting. EIC, fewer large notes for teens, more small coins for younger kids. Keep chores separate. Some jobs are family duties with no pay. A few optional above and beyond tasks can earn extra. The rule is consistency. The money arrives even if there's no spending planned, because practice requires repetition. Make choices visible with 3 jars. Spend, save, give. Label them clearly and put them where kids see them daily. At payout, guide a simple split. Example, 60% spend for treats and small wants, 30% save for bigger goals, 10% give for donations or gifts. For older kids, move from rigid percentages to goal-based splits. I'm saving for headphones in 8 weeks, so I'll put more into save this month. Add a goal card to the save jar with item, price, start date, and target date. Tick progress weekly to build momentum. Introduce mini budgets as plans with pictures. Before a market trip or fair, sketch a 3-line budget. Food R's, game R's, surprise E's. Let kids choose numbers within their spend balance and carry a small envelope with the amount. When the envelope is empty, the outing shifts to free fun. People watching, photos, and games without purchases. The lesson is containment, not deprivation. Planning allows yeses without bargaining later. Teach price and value with tiny experiments. Unit price check. Compare 2 snack sizes and calculate cost per gram with a phone or a pencil. Delay test. Wait 24 hours before buying any item above a set threshold. If the want fades, the money stays saved. Substitute hunt. Find a cheaper alternative that provides the same joy. Library book instead of new second-hand toy. Shared board game night. Celebrate the choice, not the sacrifice. You stretched your spend and still had fun. Move from jars to beginner banking gradually. For ages 8-12, keep jars but add a simple ledger page. Date, amount, in, out, running total. For ages 12-15, introduce a supervised prepaid card or youth account linked to the save jar. Set app alerts for each transaction. Review a weekly summary together and categorize spending. Teach PIN privacy and how to lock a card instantly. Practice online checkout safely. Look for the padlock, verify the URL, and never save card details on shared devices. Anchor generosity without pressure. The Give Jar isn't about amounts. It's about choosing a cause and feeling the impact. Let kids pick animal shelter, library fund, friends fundraiser, and deliver the gift together with a short note. Rotate causes quarterly and discuss outcomes. Our R200 helped buy 3 books. Which shelf should we visit next time? Linking giving to stories builds empathy and purpose. Add earnings to the mix with guardrails. Offer a short menu of paid extras. Washing the car, helping with a garden bed, digitizing family photos. Set rates in advance and cap weekly earnings to maintain balance with school and rest. For teens, introduce simple freelance etiquette. Agree scope, price, deadline. Deliver on time. Save a portion for tax or long-term goals. Teach that not all help is monetized. Some is for family and neighbors. Prevent impulse spirals with cool-off rituals. At shops, photograph the item and price, walk one aisle, and revisit. Online, add to wish list, set a 24-hour reminder, and recheck reviews. If a purchase still feels right and fits the mini budget, green light it. If not, praise the pass. Normalize returns for poor fit items as a skill, not a failure. Build toward a first big goal. Choose something reachable in 6 to 12 weeks. Sports gear, art kit, day trip contribution. Break the price into weekly save targets and mark milestones on a chart. When the goal is hit, have the child make the purchase, count the change, and capture the moment with a photo and a short reflection. What made this worth it? That memory becomes a template for future goals. Handle mistakes as lessons. If spend runs out early, avoid bailouts. Shift to free activities and debrief. What will you budget differently next week? If a sibling borrows from a jar, introduce IOUs with due dates and simple interest to show time value without lectures. Keep tone matter of fact. Money is a tool, not a source of shame. Refresh quarterly. Revisit allowances, jar splits, and goals as kids grow. Promote responsibilities. Older children track their own ledgers. Teens present a mini budget before events. Retire rules that are too easy and add one new challenge. Price match searches, cooking a budget meal, planning a low-cost family day out. Early money habits stick when kids see money move. Practice choices weekly and feel progress toward goals. Pocket money provides repetitions. Jars make trade-offs concrete, and mini budgets turn days out into low-stress yeses. Keep it visible, predictable, and kind, and you'll raise planners, not pleaders. For kid-related videos, kid-friendly ledgers, and mini budget templates, visit globalinfovita.com.